Today we're going to be taking a look at a tool I've been recommended called Hyberbound. It promises to allow sales reps to make cold calls and practice their cold calling skills without actually having to call a real prospect. Instead, replacing the prospect with an AI realistic prospect who will throw objections at them. This is really cool stuff. I can't wait to check it out. Alright, so when I log in, the first thing I see is that I'm provided with a bunch of pre-built bots that match different personas that you might be reaching out to. Marketing Ops Manager, Director of Sales, VP of Customer Success, and each of them has a score of how many people were able to book meetings with those folks. I've got 3 different personas that are built in the tool that I'm going to test out my cold calling skills on, selling 3 different products. So first of all, I'm going to be calling a Director of Business Development to try and sell them sales training services. That's actually what I do. Then I'm going to be calling a Chief Marketing Officer to try and sell them sales feed sponsorships. And then I'm going to go way outside of my comfort zone and try and sell to a CISO, a Chief Information Security Officer, and try and sell them a security automation platform. Let's start with Sandy, shall we?
Hello, who is this?
G'day, Sandy, it's Will Aiken here. Look, I know I'm calling out the blue here, however, do you have a moment to chat?
How are you doing?
I'm great, Sandy, and I appreciate you asking. Look, the reason for my call is that I saw that you're relatively new to your new position as Director of Business Development over at Qualtrics. So I basically want to give you a buzz and see how you've been going, adopting that team, and if they're performing as well as you'd like them to.
Yes, I am relatively new to this role, and I've inherited a team that's been struggling to meet targets. It's been a challenge, but I'm eager to turn things around. I'm curious though, what exactly does your company do?
I'm one of those LinkedIn sales trainers that everyone complains about, but typically I work with business development teams who are struggling with one of 2 things. Number 1, they are doing a lot of activity, but it's not resulting in any booked meetings. Or on the complete opposite side of the spectrum, they're not doing a lot of activity, but it's really high quality. They just need ways to scale that up so that they can reach more people. I don't suppose either of those things are things you're seeing on your new team there at Qualtrics.
You've hit the nail on the head. We're definitely in the first category. We have a multi-channel approach with robust activity and high automation, but there's a noticeable gap between the activity levels and actual sales conversions. It's been a bit of a puzzle. So how exactly can you help with that?
There's a few different ways I can help that. So it sounds like you're going down the you've got the volume right now. However, the calls, the emails that your reps are making just aren't converting. Have I got that correct?
Yes, that's correct. We have the volume, but the conversions are not where we want them to be. So what's your solution?
A lot of people do find that. In fact, that's probably the more common of the 2 problems that I mentioned. What are you trying so far, or what have you got planned to improve the team's performance?
Well, I believe in the potential of cold calling when done correctly. I've been considering a strategic overhaul of our approach rather than just boosting motivation. I've had past experiences that tell me sales training alone might not be sufficient, so I'm actively seeking solutions to improve our sales quotas. But I'm not the final decision maker for purchasing new sales tools, and I have limited influence over the budget decisions. So I'm cautious about pitching new tools without sufficient data to back their effectiveness. I hope that answers your question.
No, that's really helpful context, Sandy, and it's okay that you wouldn't be the final decision maker. I think we might be a bit premature to be sending over contracts and whatnot now. You mentioned you've worked with sales trainers in the past. Could you tell me a little bit more about that?
Sure, I've worked with sales trainers in the past, but mostly in smaller teams. The challenge here is the size of the team at Qualtrics. It's a large team spread across multiple locations globally, so the dynamics are different. The previous training programs were more focused on individual performance and motivation, but I think what we need now is a more strategic approach that can help us improve our sales process and conversion rates.
Typically, when I've worked with teams the size of Qualtrics, what I've seen is successful is building playbooks, delivering workshops, getting all the team in at once so they're all humming the same tune. Does that sound interesting, or would it be worth meeting maybe tomorrow to discuss this a little bit more?
Building playbooks and delivering workshops does sound like a strategic approach that could work for us. I'm open to exploring this further. Let's set up a meeting for tomorrow. How does 2 p.m. sound?
That works for me. What I can do is send over an invite, quick recap of what we spoke about today. You let me know if that all looks all right. I've got your email down here as sandy.lee@qualtrics.com, is that right?
Yes, that's correct. I look forward to our meeting tomorrow.
Looking forward to it. Bye. My longest monologue was 50 seconds. That's a bit long. Too fast, apparently. I agree with that. Filler words, 5 words a minute. That's above the recommended average. And talk listen ratio, 66% above recommended range. I'm going to try and sell Amanda Lick sponsorships of the SalesFeed YouTube channel. and see what she thinks.
Hello, who is this?
G'day Amanda, it's Will Aiken here from Sales Feed. Look, I know I'm calling out the blue. However, if you got a moment to chat, I promise to be brief.
Make it quick.
Absolutely, Amanda. So look, the reason for my call is because I've seen Outreach sponsoring a bunch of different webinars, virtual events, and events in person. I want to reach out because I work for a company called SalesFeed and we're starting to offer YouTube video sponsorships, and I want to see if that's a strategy that you've explored again in the past.
We've done some video sponsorships before, but I'm not sure how this is relevant to me. Why are you asking?
The reason why I thought it might be relevant to you is because we've worked with companies in the sales engagement space in the past and seen some really top results. The thing they've told me is that their typical channels, their traditional channels, they end up getting very similar people in over and over again, and they feel like they're kind of trapped in a bubble. Does that resonate at all with you?
Well, I wouldn't say we're trapped in a bubble, but we're always looking for ways to reach new audiences. So what's your point?
And when you sponsor the same folks over and over again, what you tend to see is a lot of the same names coming into your lead list, especially for demand generation. You mentioned you've explored YouTube sponsorships in the past. Could you tell me a little bit more about that?
We've done a few YouTube sponsorships, mostly with influencers in our industry. It's been a mixed bag. Some have worked out, others not so much. I don't have all the details on hand.
So you said a mixed bag, some worked, some didn't. What would you say was the biggest difference between those that did work and didn't work?
The ones that worked had a clear understanding of our product and our target audience. The ones that didn't, well, they just didn't get it. But I'm not sure why you're asking all these questions. What's your point?
So the reason I want to know that is because ultimately I want to make sure that I'm not going to suggest something that you've already tried and be in one of those latter lot that didn't work. Used Outreach a ton in the past, big fan of the tool. And as a salesperson, previous salesperson myself, I have a really good understanding of audiences and the pain points that people are typically looking to solve with a solution like Outreach. That's where I think a YouTube sponsorship might be an interesting experiment for you to try with SalesFeed. Does that sound even remotely interesting?
Well, I appreciate your suggestion, but I'm not convinced that a YouTube sponsorship is the right fit for us at the moment. We have other marketing initiatives in place that we're focusing on. Thanks for the pitch, but I really don't think this is a good fit. Please don't call me back. Goodbye.
Thanks, Amanda.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
So for me, I think she told us that she's done video sponsorships in the past. I think I should have understood a little bit more about the current initiatives that she's running and how well they're doing, what her priorities are right now this quarter for Outreach. Last but not least, let's give David Hartley a call. He's a Chief Information Security Officer at Docebo. So Sandy was nice, Amanda was sassy, now we've got David, he is rude.
Hello, who's this?
G'day David, it's Will Aiken here calling on behalf of Vanta. Look, I know I'm calling out the blue here. However, I saw that Docebo has been sponsoring some events in APAC. Have you got a moment to chat?
I really don't have time for this. I'm serious, just remove me from this list. Goodbye.
That was rough. I'm gonna try you again, buddy. I think we got disconnected, David.
Hello, who's this?
G'day David, it's Will Aiken here from Vanta. How you going?
I'm doing all right. What's this about?
Here's the thing, I was checking out Docebo and I've seen that you've been sponsoring a ton more events in the APAC region. Made me think that you might be expanding to other geographies.
Make it quick.
A lot of folks, when they go into other geographies, what they find is a big hold up for them to bring on new enterprise clients is that they have very different security requirements to those that we're used to in North America and Europe. How are you currently keeping your compliance information up to date?
We use Drata for that. It's been working fine.
May I ask, how long have you been using them for?
We've been using them for a couple of years now. They've been solid.
That's great. You said that you like them, they've been solid. What do you love about them?
They're reliable and they get the job done. I don't have to worry about compliance issues. Now, why are you asking all these questions?
A lot of the folks I speak to who've moved from Drata to Vanta is that something you've noticed at all?
No, we haven't had any issues with Drata. They've been keeping our policies updated. Now, what's your point?
How does it sound? 2 p.m. tomorrow? Would that work for you?
Thanks for the pitch, but I really don't think this is a good fit. Please don't call me back. Goodbye.
I'm gonna try again.
Thanks for the pitch, but I really don't think this is a good fit. Please don't call me back.
I will, David. Yeah.
Thanks for the pitch, but I really don't think this is a good fit.
David, I hear you.
Don't call me back.
I'm gonna get you, David.
All right, you've got a point about potential tech stack integration issues down the line. However, I'm not entirely sold on the idea that we're heading for a problem with our current setup, but fine, I'll bite. Let's say we have this chat. What exactly are you proposing Vanta can do for us that Drata isn't already handling? And be specific, please.
You mentioned you'd be up for a call. How does tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time sound?
Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern?
Correct.
Fine, that works. Tom, remember, I want a detailed comparison and clear advantages. If this is just a sales pitch, it's going to be a short call. Goodbye.
This is a really cool tool, and I could see myself wanting to use this as like almost like a punching bag when you're training for boxing. You don't want to have to go in the ring every time you want to have a chance of throwing a good straight or uppercut. You want to practice on the bag first. These AIs are essentially punching bags. I think it's a really cool way to up your sales skills, get more confidence about making cold calls. It's called hyperbound.ai. Highly recommend checking it out. I'll leave a link to check that out in the description. They did offer to give us an affiliate deal and sponsorship, but we don't want sponsorship. We want subscribers. So while you're down there, whack the subscribe button. Until next time, let's go.